Joined by Hofstra coach Shannon Smith following the team's 8-7 loss to Delaware. Coach, opening thoughts on the game?
From defense all the way to the attack, I thought our team played exceptionally well. Unfortunately, we just got unlucky with a couple of the bounces, but I mean, we had people all over on the field stopping goals with their bodies to diving at their loose ground balls. I thought our team played really well. Unfortunately, it didn't go in our favor, but lucky for us that we still have 3 more games in our conference to, turn it around for us going forward, and we'll get back to the drawing board this week.
Questions?
Shannon, do you believe you have to run the table in the conference now to get into the tournament?
Honestly, I haven't looked at anything. I've really just been focused on Hofstra, but that is something that we will go look at as a coaching staff. And winning these next 3 games are definitely going to be very, very important. But for right now, we got to focus on Hofstra next week, and we have to get better.
At a good point in the second half, shots on goal were 7-1 in favor of Delaware. What did they do just in that second half to be able to just contain you guys?
Honestly, I think they had the ball more than us in the second half. We didn't really have the ball in the second half on our attack end, and when we did, we were able to produce our shots, and a few of them went in, a few of them didn't. But I think on the possessions that we did have on the attack, we did get shots off. We just didn't. Defense played a lot of defense in the second half.
After April scores to make it a 1-goal game, what was the game plan once you called the timeout?
Settle everyone down. We had 2 plays going into it. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but still have full confidence in the kids that we put into certain positions, and we will definitely get back after it after this game.
There was a foul called which enabled you to get the ball back at the end?
Yeah. April put her body on the line for us once again, and was decked pretty hard, but was able to finish the shot, which allows us to get the ball again from the center, which was huge for us because we had a free possession with the draw control with the possession there at the end of the game.
Could you also talk about your strategy in pulling the goalie at 7-5, I think it was? Yeah,
it just gives us at that point we're losing, so if we lose by 5 goals or we lose by 1 goal, it doesn't matter, and by pulling our goalie, it allows us to have an extra defender, so then we're essentially playing 8v7, so instead of having our goalie run around, we're able to have a defender running around because we view it as whether we lose by 5 at that point or we lose by 1, it's still a loss, and we're just trying to get the ball back, which essentially definitely worked in our favor because we were able to cause Delaware to shoot some balls on the cage and allowed us to gain possession through the draw control with Britton, who did an amazing job for us with the draw controls.
That was interesting because you would think that they would counteract your strategy by not shooting.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were lucky in that instance, and we were very lucky that we changed some strategy up on the draw control to allow Britton to run onto the ball herself, and she did a great job with that, with the 3 draw controls that were crucial for us at the end of the game.
6 players on the score sheet, so it's good to see some secondary scoring now.
Huge for us. I think it's going to be huge for us going into our next 3 games in conference play to have a lot of weapons on the field and a lot of people gaining confidence right now. It's going to make us multi-dimensional on the attacking end.
Scoring-wise, lots of seniors contributing. Can you talk about it being senior day, your final home game, and the seniors playing a big role today?
Seniors definitely played a huge role, I think, both on and off the field. They are a tremendous class, great leadership. They definitely, have completely bought into everything that we're doing here, and they're definitely going to be greatly missed next year, but right now we're just really focused on making this a memorable season for them and focusing on what we can do to get better and preparing for our next games in conference.
But could you talk about, the feeling at the half? You came in with a 3-goal lead, and what happened after that?
I think at the half, our biggest thing was, Emily Corzell said, no 2-goal runs, which is huge for us because we do go into half a lot of times up by 3 or 4, and then we kind of let the other team chip away, and that's what, against Delaware, we said no 2-goal runs. If they score a goal, we have to score a goal. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. We kind of faltered on the draw controls a little bit and gave them a lot of possession. They had the ball a lot in the second half, which kind of wasn't good for us. But that's something we have to work on, is no more, letting a team climb back. If we're up by 3 or 4, we have to get good possessions.
And you're going to have to do all this on the road now after today. It seemed a little daunting.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. I think, no, I don't think it is. I think our team is built with a lot of fighters, and no matter where we're playing, we're going to be ready to go. And I think although they're away games, we're going to put it together, and we're going to do what we have to do to get wins.
April, what was the feeling at the end there? I mean, you guys made a great comeback, and you have the ball right, the last chance to tie.
We knew we had a good chance to tie up the game, possibly even go up by one. And again, unfortunately, it didn't fall our way, but we had confidence in ourselves, and it was just unfortunate that we couldn't get that last shot off. But the effort was there, and it's not questioned by anybody on our team.
Defensively, how is it trying to contain Casey Lyons? Just 4 points in that second half. What was she doing differently compared to the first half?
I don't know who she is, honestly.
What number was she?
37. We just, our recovery was there, but she did have a good shot, so, just things to work on, getting a quicker slide, knowing where the 2 is off ball, and, stuff we'll work on in practice.
I think she was just able to, she had free possession and 2 fast break goals on us in the second half, so that's very, we're not down there playing team defense right there. They're transition goals and a free possession shot, so.
Coach, over a week off to your next game, what's the next week look off? A few days off and then get back to it?
Yeah, we got to focus on Hofstra and we got to get better.